Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video I'm going to share my experience in coloring my hair with henna and indigo combination, and also with NatureTint. And these are natural products I wanted to try to see if they would be less harsh on my hair than the Garnier Fructis, which is what I've been using for several years now. So I've just mixed this henna up. And I used some black coffee. I was just reading instructions. I'm not a professional, so this is all experimental for me. I mixed it with some black coffee. And once I got it stirred up to like a pasty consistency, I covered it up with some saran wrap, and then it had to sit for like 6 hours. It said you should do that for the dyes to be released in the henna or whatever. I also should note that I also put a little bit of oil in it. I saw in something that I read that if you put a little oil in there, then it helps your hair to not be so hard after the application, because henna, I guess, has a tendency to make your hair hard initially until you condition. So I did put a little oil in there, which was natural almond oil that I picked up from my local Indian grocer. It smells very, very earthy. It is a natural product, kind of like clay or something like that, but you see the consistency here. So I've mixed it up. It sat for 6 hours at this point. You can see my gray roots. My hair is pretty much completely gray at the roots. And so that's the area that I will be focusing on, as well as the sides and the back, which I keep cut very, very short, so the gray sprouts through there pretty quickly. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just putting it in my hair. Now, the thing about this henna is it needs to stay on your hair for like 8 hours. So I put it on at nighttime and just slept with it on my hair. I figured that was easier for me. So I just wrapped my hair really tightly and went ahead and went to bed after I got the henna in my hair. Now, I did decide to go ahead and just pull it all the way through my hair, just because, you know, henna is supposed to be good for your hair. Even though it's initially drying or whatever, it is supposed to be a good conditioner for your hair. So I went ahead and started pulling it on through there, but paying closer attention to my gray roots. Now, the reason I'm going to be using the indigo afterwards, I could just do the henna, but with henna alone, it turns your gray hair like an orange color, and that's not what I was going for. So I'm going to do a two-step process and just add the indigo on after keeping the henna on overnight. Then tomorrow I'll put the indigo on, and the indigo has to stay on for like about 3 hours. So it is a very long process, but again, my motivation is I am looking for something a little bit more natural for my hair, especially since I am applying color to my hair more and more often now, since my roots do come in completely gray. And as I said in another video, it's nothing wrong with gray. I definitely will be embracing my gray at some point in life, but I'm not ready yet. So I'm gonna just keep experimenting with what I can, trying to be as natural as possible, but understanding that any type of color process is probably going to change, you know, the texture of your hair or your curl pattern or whatever. You know, it's not completely quote unquote natural, but you can find some products that are probably better than others for your hair, and that's my goal. Now, as I'm applying it, I'm going back through just to make sure, you know, that I'm getting those roots completely saturated. And you can already see that my hair is taking on that hue of the henna, that kind of reddish brown color, which is what henna does. So I'm going to go ahead now and put my plastic cap on there, and then I'm going to just put a scarf on my head so that I can sleep with this on my hair. I was kind of worried about this because I was thinking this is going to be really, really hot, but it actually wasn't too bad. So I was able to sleep with it through the night, which was good. Be sure to drop in the comments below and let me know if you've ever tried henna and indigo. This is my first time with indigo, but I have used henna many times before in the past, before my hair was gray. And I actually liked the brownish color that it gave at that time, because my hair would be like all one color. But now I have to deal with the two-tone colors, which is not a good look. All right, so it is the next morning now. And so I'm going to show you what the roots look like Like I said, that henna is going to pull really, really red. You see how red the hair is at the roots, much more red than the rest of the hair, and that is because of the henna. So that's the purpose of the indigo. So the indigo goes on after you rinse this out. I can tell you now, this henna and the indigo makes a mess. All right, so this is after I have rinsed it out my hair, and so now you can get a better look at those red roots. They are hot. So I have to go ahead and get my indigo ready to get that on to darken the roots. So what I'm hoping will happen here is that the roots will turn black, you know, a darker color with this indigo. And I'm mixing the indigo with coffee as well because I read that that helps to make it darker. So I'm just putting a little bit of conditioner on my hair before I go ahead and apply that indigo because it did come out really, really hard. And, you know, again, this is an experiment for me, but I did do a little bit of research before starting this process, and I saw where people did put a little bit of conditioner as well as oil on their hair and just kind of let that sit a little bit before going ahead and applying that indigo. So that's what I did. I can already feel that my hair is feeling better already, so I'm happy about that. I cannot stand for my hair to feel really hard like that. So I'm just going to let it sit a little bit with the plastic caps on, and then I'm going to go ahead and start mixing up my indigo powder. Now again, I did purchase this from the Indian grocer, but you can also pick it up off of Amazon, and it's pretty easy to use. You basically put it in a bowl, mix it with your coffee, or you can use water also, and make it to like a pasty consistency. It tells you that it will not lighten your hair. It actually darkens your hair is what it's supposed to do, but it is supposed to work, but it won't work without henna. So that's why I had to do the henna step first. Crazy, I know, but I'm just experimenting, guys. I'm just seeing what works. So here's the henna, and you see it has more of a green look to it. And then when you mix it with the coffee, it turns colors, but it does not turn like that reddish color. It's going to turn a little bit darker. Now, it does not need to sit and process that long to release the color. I think I only had to let this sit for about a couple hours before it was ready. You see it's turned green, and then after it sat for a little bit longer, it started to turn darker. So that was promising. All right, so following the same process, I'm just going ahead and paying close attention to those hot roots, baby, because I need that red out of my hair. So I'm just going ahead and putting this indigo all through there. And I'm going to pull it through my hair as well because I do want it to be darker. So I'm putting that on, and then once it's on, the indigo only has to sit on your hair for 3 hours, so I don't have to sleep with it. So I put this on like the next morning. It kind of worked out. I put it on the next morning after sleeping in the henna, and you know, by the time I was ready to leave out for the day or whatever, it was time to rinse it out, and I could go ahead and do my wash and go. So where it sounds like a lot of time, it really wasn't that bad putting henna on at night and sleeping with it and doing it that way. So, and I would kind of recommend doing it like on a weekend, maybe a Friday night, sleep with it, and then Saturday morning, if you don't have any place to go to early, put it on, you know, your indigo on, and then by the time you're ready to run your errands or whatever for the day, then you're all done. So not so bad when you think about it like that. So I'm just rubbing it all through. And once it's all through my hair, I'm going to put a plastic cap on it, same process, and just kind of let it sit for about 3 hours to let that dye to penetrate, not dye, but the indigo to penetrate my hair and get rid of those red roots and turn my hair darker. Now, once I start putting it on, I could already see that the hair was looking darker, so I was super excited about that. However, I can tell you now that you know, once I sat with it for the 3 hours, I really kind of wish that I had sat a little bit longer because, you know, it didn't really take the way that I wanted it to. It was okay, but I would have liked it darker. All right, so here we go. Plastic cap again. You know the drill. All right, here it is after I've washed it out. Now, I can say I do like the way that my hair feels, the condition of it. It feels really good. The red roots are gone for the most part. but it's just not as dark as I thought it would be. I thought Indigo was going to make it jet black, so that was something that was a mistake on my part. I did rock this style for about a week before I decided to go ahead with my next experiment. Okay, guys, so I can tell you now this is my new boo. This is NatureTint, and I picked this up from Whole Foods. You can also get it off of Amazon, but it doesn't have any ammonia in it. It's got a lot of oils in it, and very, very nurturing to your hair. I love the way that my hair turned out with this. And I have used it before in the past, but when I used it before, I did not have any gray hair. I've been natural for like 10-12 years, so I've used some of everything over the years, you know, just trying them out. And somehow I moved away from it and never went back, but I'm so glad that we have become reacquainted. So this comes with your conditioner, it comes with a shampoo, and then it comes with a leave-in conditioner. So you have everything that you need in this little box. It runs about $13. I don't think I mentioned the price of the henna. I think the henna was about $6 and the indigo was maybe about $10. So much more expensive overall than my Garnier Fructis, but again, it is supposedly better for your hair, and that was my goal. So I'm just mixing this up. The first thing that I can tell you with this is, unlike your box colors that you buy, you don't get any ammonia smell or no smell of the dye. So that made me feel good, you know, that you are using something that is a little bit more natural for you. And so you just put it in the shaker bottle. It does come with that as well. And I'm showing you after a week what these roots are looking like, so that you can still see the red in there from the henna. So my goal here is to get rid of that. They seem to be covered when I first used the indigo, but then over time it seemed like it kind of wore off. And like I said, it was only like about a week, maybe a week and a couple days before I decided to go ahead with the NatureTint, because I could see it starting to turn back with the red color, and I didn't really care for that as much. So here we go with this color. And the good thing about this is not having the same chemicals as a color. It's perfectly fine to do that with my hair. My hair is pretty strong, pretty thick, pretty resilient. So it was able to take it with no problems at all. So I'm just really focusing on the color, the reddish color. Not much gray has come in because it's only been about a week, week and a half, whatever it's been. So not that long. So really not a lot of gray in there. Just basically just color correcting, getting rid of the red roots. But I can tell you now that I definitely will be using this going forward for a while. It's easy to use. You get everything in the box that you need. You don't have to follow like a several day process or whatever. You basically put this on your hair. You leave it in for about 30 minutes. I think I left mine in for about 40 just because I definitely wanted to make sure that those lighter roots darkened up this time. I did use the NatureTint in the jet black, and that's the thing about the NatureTint. It does come in colors versus the henna, which is just natural henna. It's just like a clay, so your hair just turns what it turns, and the indigo just the same. You know, it's no certain color that you get with it. It's just plain and simply henna or indigo. So this is a one-step process. You do pick your color with this. I'm thinking that it's not going to really lighten your hair. If you have, you know, natural hair that's dark like mine, it's probably not going to lift your hair because there's no, you know, ammonia or chemicals or whatever in it to do that. But to darken your hair, this worked like a charm for my hair. So I was very, very happy with it. It's going to look extremely black. But that's okay. I'd rather have the jet black going on than to have those red roots. And I can also say that the condition of my hair after using this with the shampoo, the conditioner, and the leave-in conditioner, my hair felt so good, and my curls were popping. You'll see at the end. Great product. Definitely will be repurchasing and keeping a box on deck for when this gray starts to come through again and I'm ready to kind of color it over again. The good thing about my hair being short like this is that it grows fast. So, you know, if I get some damage or whatever, I can just cut it off. All right, so I've got it all over my hair. You can see that it's looking really black. I put the plastic cap on, let it sit for 30 minutes, and here are the results. All right, so it has been about a week now since I did the NatureTint, and I really, really like it. It achieved what I was trying to do, and that was to cover the gray, but also to cover that reddish hue that the henna gave me. So I really do like it. I also like the fact that my hair is really retaining moisture now, much better than it was, and I see that my curls are more defined. So I like that. So I feel like it gave my hair the nutrients and conditioning that it needed, which is good, which I don't get that with the Nutrice Garnier Fructis. As much as I love the color, the conditioning is not the same. So I do like the NatureTint much better so far. I will definitely be trying it again when it is time to touch up my roots. My hair grows fast, so any hair that grows in, I mean, it's going to probably be gray, but that's going to happen with any product or whatever. But so far, this color has really adhered to my hair, so I really like that. So I do recommend. You can get it off of Amazon. You can get it from Whole Foods. I'll try to link it below. If you want to order it off of Amazon. I did get the jet black, so my hair is really dark, a lot darker than I would normally get, but I'm liking it. I really, really do like it. So that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave me a comment. Please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed to my channel. I would love to have you as a part of my YouTube family. And if you are a returning supporter, thank you so very much. I do appreciate your support over here on my channel. And I hope to see each and every one of you over here on my next video. Bye-bye.